Maayong adlaw sa tanan. Welcome to Puka sa Sport. My name is Mr. Ronald V. Nealga, and I am your host for today's episode. Usually, when we talk about sports, we focus on winning games, breaking records, and achieving goals. But today, we'll talk about something different, something that every athlete, coach, parent, family member, and even every one of us may experience at some point in life: grief. Our topic for today is psychological effect and coping mechanism in a time of grief. We'll discuss how grief can affect our emotions, mental health, daily routines, relationship, and even our performance in school, work, or sports. More importantly, we talk about healthy ways to cope and how we can support someone who is going through a difficult time. Whether you are a student athlete trying to stay strong, a coach guiding your team, a parent supporting your child, or a family member helping a loved one heal, this episode is for you. So grab your coffee, sit back, and join us as we have a simple and meaningful conversation. This is Focus on Sports, where we talk not only about sports, but also about the people behind the game. Let's get started. Before ta magsugod, gusto lang namo ipaabot among deepest condolences sa family, friends, teammates, o sa entire academic community sa recent tragic incident involving student athletes Rene Clark Bartibonia o Divine Adili. Our purpose today is not to speculate or determine what had happened, but to reflect on the lessons we can learn as future educators, coaches, athletes, and members of the community. Hopefully, pinaagi ani nga discussion, mas masabtan nato ang importance sa athlete safety, communication, and the role of coaches beyond training. Joining us today are our four respected PE teachers and coaches from different institutions. Let's welcome Coach Libelin Almanon, Coach DJ Braille Silao, Coach Christine Sumatra, and Coach Rodeline Ramos. A big round of applause. Maayong adlaw, coaches, and thank you for this time.
Ngayong adlaw, sir. Ngayong hapon. Oh.
Afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon. So before ta moadto sa ato ang main discussion, gusto unta nato makilala atong mga guests. Um Coach Levelin, what sports man ang imuhang ginahandle karon ug how long you are being as a coach?
So I am working at the Sultan Kudarat State University as a social and sports coordinator. Since mahilig talaga ako sa sports, marami akong gina-coach na sports which are the basketball, volleyball, softball, at marami pa pong iba. So mas makaka-relate ako through the incident.
How about you, Coach Brian? Unsa man ang imuhang ginatudlo karon nga coach?
Ay, may hapon again sa tanan. Currently, affiliated ko karon sa Ramon Magsaysay Memorial Colleges. At the same time, ako ilahang cultural coordinator. I do handle socio-cultural group, specifically yung folkloric group namo. So, when it comes to this issue, medyo dagan siya gray areas to be considered, but as a coach, it's our responsible man jud ang athletes. It's our responsible jud sila ug asa man sila moadto ug asa bud nato sila dalon.
Okay. So how about you, Coach Christine? How long you are being coach na po, Coach Christine?
Actually, since 2014, no, nagko-coach ako volleyball, iba-iba. Kasi nga, yung sa school namin, nasa barangay school kami. So, konti lang kami na MAPI teacher. So, kung ano yung bakante, so doon ako nagko-coach. Pero ngayon, nagpo-focus ako sa billiard. So, medyo
Ah,
hilig din sa billiard. Cha! No? So, billiard coach ako ngayon.
mga Efren Bata Reyes, yung pambata natin. Eh. how about
Really?
your how about your experience, Coach Rodeline? How is it to become a coach po?
Okay, so I've experienced coaching in 4 years ago, gymnastic, no? Then after that one, kasi nakita ko yung kaibahan ng pagiging coach at saka ng pagiging technical official. So, nag-proceed ako sa technical official sa Israa. So, I'm Men's Artistic Gymnastic, MAG, officiating official ng Regional Athletic Association po. Yan lang.
Sample naman dyan, ma'am.
My God, pwede si YOLO lang. Si YOLO lang. Hindi makaya. This age, 40 plus, maglisod na.
Thank you so much, coaches, for sharing your background. It's inspiring to hear different experiences each of you has had in mentoring and guiding student athletes. Now that our listeners have gotten to know you better, let's move on to our main discussion. As a coach, gusto nako sugdan ang discussion gikan sa perspective sa pamilyas. You have heard the recent tragic what had happened to the student athletes of Ateneo Manila. So as a coach, dili lang man athletes ang atong ginahandle. We also then coordinate pod sa mga parents or guardians sa ato ang mga bata. Sa inyong experience, unsa kaha ang emotional journey sa usa ka pamilya kung naay mahitabo nga tragic incident sama ani nga mga panghitabo?
For me, bilang isang coach, I can only imagine how painful and heartbreaking it is for the family kapag nawalan ka ng anak or mahal sa buhay. Lalo na kung mga biglaan na at hindi lungkot ang nararamdaman, may shock pa at saka may confusion at maraming taon na gustong sumagot. So bilang coaches, hindi lang namin tinitingnan yung mga athletes bilang players. They are someone's son, someone's brother, someone's family. Kapag nga may mga ganitong klaseng trahedya, ramdam talaga namin yung bigat ng responsibilidad. Sa mga ganitong panahon, ang pinakamahalaga ay maiparamdam sa pamilya na hindi sila nag-iisa at nandyan ang school at coaching staff para magbigay ng suporta at malasakit.
But Coach Lebelin, naa kay possibility nga mahadlok na ang mga parents nga ipaapil ang ilahang mga anak like sa kaning mga inani nga mga competitive sports kay tungod sa nangahitabo?
Yes, I think it's natural reaction. Bilang magulang, safety talaga ng anak yung palaging inuuna. Kapag may mga nangyaring ganitong trahedya, normal lang talaga ng mga takot at mga magdadalawang isip kung papayagan pa ba nila yung mga anak nila na sumali sa mga sports. Pero I don't think the lesson here is to stop encouraging sports. Ang dapat nating matutunan ay kung paano natin maipalakas yung safety protocols, yung risk assessment at provision ng mga athletes. Lalo na yung mga activities outside the actual competitions. Sports still provide so many benefits: discipline, teamwork, leadership, at healthy lifestyle. Ang challenge natin bilang isang athlete at ang school ay siguraduhin ang safe at possible na environment sa bawat student athlete natin.
What would be your advices out there to those parents who might be having still doubts, hesitations, letting their students participate in this kind of sports, Ma'am Lebelin?
For me, napakahalaga talaga ng komunikasyon. Sa panahon ng krisis, ang mga pamilya talaga ay nangangailangan ng malinaw, tapat, at maagarang impormasyon mula sa school. Hindi lang ito tungkol sa pagbibigay ng updates, kundi pagpapakita rin ng empathy at respeto sa nararamdaman ng pamilya. Mahalaga din na may regular na komunikasyon after ng mga insidente. Whether it's counseling support, investigation updates, or safety improvements na ginagawa ng school. Kapag bukas ang komunikasyon, mas lalong nabubuo ang tiwala ng pamilya sa institusyon. At sa huli, pareho lang naman ang mga layunin natin, ang maprotektahan ng ating mga student athletes at matiyak na hindi na mauulit ang ganitong klaseng trahedya.
Thank you, Coach Lebelin.
Thank
So
you,
like the parents or guardians, it would also then give much more impact or probably a heavy weights on the teammates. Let's not talk about the teammates. As a coach, based sa inyong mga experience, unsa usually ang reaction sa team kung mawad-an sila o isa nila ka teammates?
Okay, so based on my experience, no, I have this situation na biglang pagkawala ng isang atleta. No, I have this one athlete na sobrang magaling din sa paglalaro ng basketball, no. Isa siya sa mahusay na manlalaro sa kupunan ng aming paaralan. So senior high school din. First batch pa talaga siya that time. So, parang special siya for me kasi nga nasubaybayan ko siya when he is in grade 11 and grade 12. So, the feeling is mutual, no? Kapag advisor ka at the same time, para ka rin nagiging coach, no? You're the one who are preparing the documents for the city meet, preparing documents for the SRAA meet or regional meet. So, at the same time, para ka rin teammates na andyan ka, no? Or you are there to support sa kanyang mga laro. No, kasi nga proud nga kami, no, as an advisor. So, yung time na noon na nangyari, kasi nga biglaan, year 2024. So, graduate siya 2020. So, 2024, supposedly graduating sila. So, parang galing yata siya sa kanyang girlfriend, no? Graduation that time. So, nagkaroon ng vehicular accident. So, after that one, unang-una, yung biglang pagkawala niya, ano yung emotional or the emotion response ng mga teammates niya is, una-una, of course, na-shock, no? Hindi makapaniwala, no, na yun yung nangyari sa kanya. Then, pangalawa, grief, no? Dalamhati, no? Sobrang sakit, sakit kaysa dugahan, no? Kasi nga, kilala mo, no, yung batang yun. Then, the third one, confusion, no, pagkalito, no, nalisang me. So, pusot-pusot ang messages sa GC, no? So, what happened? Anong nangyari sa kanya? Daming questions. So, then during that last night of him sa iyang haya, so for super napakaraming tao, no? Napakaraming tao. Then we had this Bible service, then sharing testimony of his life. Tungbuhi pa siya. So ayun, yun nga, ayon sa pag-aaral ni Naker at Sterling 2012, ang ganitong uri ng pangyayari ay nagbubunga ng collective grief, no? Collective grief kung saan ang kalungkutan ng isa ay nakakahawa sa buong kupunan, no? So yun.
We are sorry of what had happened to your athletes, ma'am, Coach Rudeline. But as a coach, how do you manage to let your athletes, the remaining athletes you have in your hands, cope up with this kind of incident po, and this grief and loss? Considering that they lost one of the dear athletes, teammates they have. So, how do you process them? How do you motivate them to continue even if they've lost someone in their team?
Okay, so dili man talaga nato ma-deny ang fact, no, na big impact jud sa ilahang life pod ang pagkawala sa ilahang teammates, no. So unang-una, as I observe po talaga, bumaba din yung kanilang focus sa performance, no. So another thing, parang nagkaroon din ng tension, then yung parang nawala sila doon sa setup na dapat magpursige, no, sa paglalaro or pagpapatuloy ng paglalaro sa basketball. So yung ginawa ko is that parang prinases ko muna, then kasi nga dapat talaga maging ready tayo always, no? Ready in our life, no? So kasi nga hindi natin alam kung kailan siya darating yung mga ganyang instances. So kinakausap ko sila, no? Then you really need to talk to them, no? Dapat maging open sila, no? They are especially the close one, no, yung close niya talaga, siya talaga yung in grief, talagang nagmo-mourn, na umiiyak, no? Kasi nga, the same time, nagkasama talaga, no, for a longer time, junior high school pa, then yun, kasama sila sa team. So, kailangan mong kausapin yung mga ganong mga atleta. So, bibigyan mo sila ng parang inspiration na everything happens for a reason. Yung parang ganon. So kung yun man yung nangyari, dapat mas magiging matatag pa sila. Kasi nga, yun, no? Kasi nangyari na yun, so all they have to do is to accept the reality na nandun na yung sitwasyon na yon. So, above all, no, nandun siya, nakatingin sa inyo, parang ganon. And he is so happy, no? Magiging mas happy siya kung iibayuhin niyo pa or aayusin niyo yung paglalaro ninyo sa team ninyo. Yun yung mga inspirational messages o binibigay ko na na talk sa kanila. Yun po, Sir Nald.
One of the hardest way of processing is more likely processing those students or athletes who have this difficulty in opening up other emotions. Kanang dili bitaw kaayo ga showy or dili kayo expressive sa unsa ilang kibati. If one of your students, Coach Rodeline, inana ang ilahang way of coping, mura og inana ang ilahang um, na hesitation sa ilahang gibati nga mag-open up sa imuha, ginasuppress nila ilang emotions. How do you handle that, Ma'am Rod? Or is there any chances nga naa kay na experience po dinana during the time that you have processed your students?
Okay, so kasi nga yung iba, they're yung nagtitimpi ng kanilang emotions, suppress emotion, Sir Nald, no? Kasi nga, they are putting, yung para bang pinapakita nila na tough yung image nila, no? Especially pag basketball, puro lalaki. So, dili ko pwede mo hilak. So I'm telling them, no, pwedeng umiyak yung isang lalaki kasi nga, no, nagiging mabigat yan sa puso natin. So, kailangan yung i-release yung emotions na yan. So, walang bawal. No, iiyak mo lang yan. Then, after that, everything will be okay. No? So, ganun. Then, yung confidentiality, no, na kailangan, hindi mo rin dapat ikwento kung ano yung na-release niya na emotions. Kasi nga, sasabihin niya lahat yan, no? Yung sakit na nararamdaman niya. So, maging, yung parang, confidential din yun. So, dapat kayo lang, no? Or ikaw lang as a coach, yun, dapat ma-feel niya yun as an athlete din. Or if she or he is opening to you. Yun.
Thank you kaayo, Coach Erlene. Like the athletes, it also give us a sad effect, no? As they said, we cannot give what we don't have. Dili ta makaprocess sa atong mga athletes. Kung kita pud kailangan lang ng process. But as a coach, no? As a coach, how do you handle this kind of situation?
Okay, so as a coach, talagang kailangan din nating maging matatag, no? So, resilience pagdating sa life natin, no? Kasi nga, we need to accept the real thing, no? Na talagang ano yung present na nangyayari. So, kailangan nating yung para bang sabihin sa kanila na pwedeng mangyari kanino man ito, yung situation na ito. So, kailangan nating maging ready. So, yung pagiging ready, always, saan ba tayo pupunta? Parang gano'n, no? So, para bang lahat dapat maging ready for these instances. So, kailangan maging buo yung sarili natin. So, all we have to do is to be kind, no? Parang gano'n. We need to maging kind tayo sa lahat ng taong nasasalubong natin. Kasi hindi natin alam kung ano yung kanyang nararamdaman at that time. No, parang ganon. So, maging mabuti tayong tao for them. Kasi nga, hindi natin alam kung kailan darating yung maganong situation. So, maging prayerful at the same time para kung ano man yung maging maranasan nating dagok sa atong kinabuhi, no? So always God talaga yung the thing, siya talaga yung unang yung talagang magbibigay sa atin ng lakas ng loob. So yun yung sinasabi ko sa kanila.
How about you, Coach Bryle? If these things happens in your hands, how do you cope up as a coach?
Thank you, Sir Nald. Actually, as a coach rin naman, tama naman yung sabi ni Ma'am that we have to be more, ang tawag nito, attentive or dapat tayo yung mas um, tayo yung mas strong yung hold natin, no? Kasi once the athletes feels na hindi ganun ka-strong din yung ating belief sa ating sarili, or maybe the athlete will see us na naapektuhan tayo sa nangyari, there's a possibility also that they will be affected, no? Compassionate is being compassionate is always there, but we have medyo mahirap. We have to think also that what do you call this? That as a coach and as an athlete, we also have to think na ano ba yung maging epekto nito sa akin. No? Um, we can always use the strategies kagaya nung napag-usapan natin kahapon about the self-talk, no? Pwede natin yun gamitin as a coach, and pwede rin natin gamitin yun as towards our athletes para at least man lang makalma nila. And hindi rin natin makakaila or hindi rin natin ma-take away na hindi ganun kalaki ang effect ng nangyari, no? There will be differences sa sa training. There will be different sa approach ng athlete. Possibly ikaw rin you will approach your athlete differently, but again, you have to be mindful of that also. Dapat maging compassion pa rin tayo, as I said kanina, no? There's also a research that support these kinds of thought or idea, that once na they experience something before that they think na it will put them in danger, they will think twice of their decision, sila na mismo, no? They become aware of their safety. Minsan the way how as coaches and the athletes communicate, yun, magiging aware sila. And also kahit dun sa tone ng voice, baka maging big deal if the athlete is going through something like that, no? Yun, parang we want also to test the waters if we're talking about this, no, together with our athletes and us coaches. And you might want also to do one-on-one, let's say coaching, to coach na heart to heart talk, para to validate lang your feeling, no?
I also agree with that, no? Even as coach, we're also human, and as human, we have our emotions. We need to deal first our emotion first, no? Ihilak ra gyud nato una sa ang ato ang emotions. We need to settle first our own tides, as they said. Then after so, we can attend them to our students. Naabay inani nga mga incident pod sa imuhang and Coach Val nga nangahitabo nga naay nawad-an sa imuhang teammates?
Na actually, ang ano na lang ato is medyo ano siya, dako yung effect, 'di ba Ma'am Ro? Pag ingato nga scenario na naa sila
Yes.
close, naa sila kanang perminti nila kasabay, tapos until one day ang message pa gani ato sa mga sa bata na sir, di sa ko maka-training kasi lain akong paminaw, ani ana. Abi na mo, simple lang na lagnat, 2 days to Tapos sabi ko, sige lang, no worries. Kasi syempre, dapat unahon gyapon nato ang kapakanan sa ato ang mga athletes or sa ato mga students before ang unsa pa badira. Sabi ko, sige, okay lang ga, okay ra kay Pag makabalik ka din, lang kanang cope up lang ka sa kung sa imuhang Sa dance kasi dapat, 'di ba, sabay-sabay. Dapat sabay-sabay sila magtuon para at least walay mabilin or dili magbalik-balik sa routine. So nahitabo ato sa yaha. Chat lang tanan until isa nag-message ako siya, sir, excited na ako makabalik, sir, basig sa Monday makabalik na ko, sir. And then bigla parang a day or two before mag-resume mo ang training with him, namatay siya, no? Namatay lang siya tungod sa tawag nitong salamok, dengue. So, mo ta kung ingon after ato, siguro today mosulod ang atong instinct ba nga we are parang the parents of our students. Akong din ato na, you have to be mindful agad sa inyong palibot ha, dili mo magpataka kana mga water na mga stagnant sa iyong balay, dili to magkumpiyansa. Lamok lang na pero yung ana siya ka traidor. If inyong feeling ing ani na 2 days na or whatsoever, pa-check up na dayon ini mugulat. Libre lang man ang ang mga RHU, libre ra man ang mga pa-check up. Kaysa naman mabawian ta kinabuhi. We don't know we don't know kung kinusa ta mawala. Siguro that's one thing, and it's hard to process also kasi you will think of ano ba dapat ang approach ko, dapat ba resume ba mi og training, dapat ba unsa. So syempre you want to also with the family of your athletes. So message her, ma'am, sorry po sa nangyari, blah blah blah, na namatay ka na. But her mama niya happy naman because our set of officers ni adto po dito sa haya eh. So na-happy siya. Actually na-happy po siya na nakasulod yung anak, no? Bisan pagkadali lang. Ingato siya eh. Usay masayangan sila but they think na kanang marag sige lang pina-enjoy mo pud si akong anak. Okay ra. Sakit siya.
I know this next question is a bit difficult, but reflecting on the incident of Batribonia and Adili, some speculations and blames are pointed to the coach who attending them on that day. Pero kung kamo ang naa sa position ni Coach Baldwin, kung saan yung buhaton? How would you cope personally while at the same time trying to stay strong for your players?
Kung sa ako, I will acknowledge if mali na ako. That's number one. Because acknowledgement will heal you or acknowledgement will parang will free you from the guilt. Dili man as in ma-free ka sa guilt but at least you're aware. Manggod. Kasi if you continue telling na no, dili na ako to sala, no, because if binuhatan man nimo jud or imo jud tong training or coaching style then own up to it kasi giningnan na to mga athletes na you have to own up with your own mistake. Why not as coaches do it? No, i-own up na to. Kung mao jud to ang ni Coach Baldwin, but we don't know. No, we don't know if ba napoy gingon ditoan actually na may hazing wala ta kabalo kung tinuod jud na if may hazing man lisod pud ta mo ingon na but ngano naisipan ni coach na or wala ta kabalo basig binuhatan lang sa mga students or sa mga athletes po. Again, this is just parang my point of view. This is not to si coach. But we also have to acknowledge that the feedbacks about Coach Baldwin is also positive. No, there are may positive comments about him. But again, it should be investigated pa thoroughly. More than to ako as
How about you, Coach Christine? If you were on the position of Coach Baldwin, how would you cope with this very big stressors in your end as a coach? Does it made and change your outlook as a coach and somehow your perspective on how you dealt in your future career as a coach?
Actually, sir, siguro kung ako ang nasa part ni Coach Baldwin, syempre ara agin ang shock na ginatawag, no? Hindi mo ma-imagine nga grabe na ara ka na sa pinaka climax ng imong career, di ba? As in perfect kumaga ang idolize siya nga coach, sikat siya nga coach, tapos nagkaroon ka sang amot sa tong incident. Siguro kung ako si Coach Baldwin, shock gid, no? Shocking sa part na wow, sa isang iglap nangyari ang mga ganun na scenario. Siguro ako every night ko siguro isipon nga amo to siyang natabo, no? Every night siguro kung ako hindi ko katulog.
actually.
As in last year hindi ko siya player, hindi ko siya athlete, dancer ko siya. Integrated school kami. So, since grade 3 ako nag-start ng dance troupe. Grade 3, nag-start siya as grade 10. Graduating, no? So, na-shock ako, may ara siya sakit nga sa puso. Cardiac arrest ang iyang ang dahilan sa iyang kinamatay. So, dito pa lang, imagine mo, dito pa lang, the feeling ko, ang mga training na ginhimo ko, basi na nakapoy siya, mga damo-damo na sulod nagsink in sa akon, no? So, halin siguro sa day one sa iyang haya, ara gid ako. Tanan, bulig process, bulig sa tanan-tanan sa iya. Kaya sa coach, feeling ko cargo ko gid siya. Imagine, no? Grabe nga training namon, dancing, mga mass dance, may mga street dancing kami, cheer dance. Ara gid na siya, best dancer ko gid siya. Isang iglap lang gid, gi cardiac arrest daw siya. So maano ko gid kay Coach Baldwin, no hindi mo balaan gali nga may mga malay mo may mga ano na gali to siya nga mga incident bala, no? So umo na siya sa akon shocking, Sir Nald.
Mhm. It's so ironic to think no nga we for the athlete's perfect perspective, there is a coach who could then somehow assist them in the time of grief. But how about the coach? To whom do we go to cope up with this kind of situation? No, to whom we then console ourselves when it comes to this grieving, because in our end we are also then having our personal attachment to our athletes, no? Baliktaron man ang tanan, naalang gyud gyapon ta emotional attachment, as if that we are the parents to them. And so my question would be then, asa mo nagaduol on the time of consoling yourself on that times of grief?
So sa akon siguro sir, siyempre family ano na ako no, siyempre no istorya-istorya sa akong husband, kay teacher ko siya, sa mga co-coach ko din, no? Ano ba, comfort, ng mag-ano ka sang hugot kagid sang ano ba, sang lakas. Kag para at least may istoryahan, no? Kung ano tong mga dapat istoryahan para at least mais lang good, no? Ang pain nga ginabatsyag para sa kuha sir na.
Same. If, co-coaches with bitaw or
Oo.
with your mentor before, no? Basig nakaagi siya. Kasi kita
Mm.
tanan, may mentor man dyan ta when it comes to our areas, no? Kung asa tao. Siguro that one thing I'll do. Go back to my mentor and ask him.
We really do need a circle, no, to support
Yes.
system, kumbaga, no?
Need
So
gid.
lagi, no, kape-kape, no, talk like this, no.
Yes.
This is
Poka.
really
Yes.
healing moment to talk about what had happened, to discuss what had happened, to process things. Because as at the end of the day, we are human. We are emotional humans. So we
Yes.
need someone that we could lean on. Aside from praying, we all know God is there for us. But somehow we need physical touch. We need those person that could also then sense our senses, as they said, you know. But going on to other perspective of the discussion, let's move on to the future athletes. Do you think after these incidents there will be a change of mindset about the athletes towards training, or are they become more hesitant or afraid to participate on a training?
Um, as I've said kanina, sir, there's a possibility, no? It has been widely researched about the effects of this of incidents like this. Monjoy introduced the concept of athlete safeguarding. So they will be more aware of what's happening around them. They will be more aware of even the slightest different sa environment. So mas maging ano sila. Yun nga. It will emphasize also that that they will think about more on their psychological na capability than their social well-being. So pag yung magunato na psychological ability capacity is if kaya ba nila tong pressure, kaya ba nila na madunggan tong aning istorya or scenario, kaya ba nila na magpaulit-ulit to na maalala nila, or every time ba na nagamit mo or naga-training mo, basig nagabalik-balik po to sila, hala, what if, hala, ani, basig nga to ba? Now, athletes exposed to unsafe environments often report also reduced motivation and increased anxiety toward training. So, for instance, siguro katong mga athletes na tong gidala sa Aurora, pag nagbalik sila dito na lugar, they will recall what happened, no? Or they will think about it. Or even gani kita, siguro gani some of us karon or some of athletes karon makakita og dagat basig mauto ilang maisip, no? na
Yes, sir.
hala, what if ani ana ulo ba siging ana kakusog ang current ba, no?
May fear.
There's oo, may ano na, basig may pa siyang phobia na sa water na, di na maglangoy tuling ato. Um, I also found this research by Rice that that stressful experiences in elite sport alter athletes' motivation and emotional responses towards training, highlighting the need for supportive environment. So ang ilang focus na karon inuon imbes na sa ilahang sa tawag niya sa sport na nila mismo maglahi na, no? They will be more mindful of what's happening around them or what's happening or what will happen in couple of minutes. No, that maybe will be the effect based on the researches that I have found.
Well, one of the biggest challenges after any tragedy is really building trust. As a
Mhm.
coach, unsaon ninyo pagbalik o sa inyong athletes, so especially sa ilang mga parents nga ang safe gihapon ang inyong sports program, because at the end of the day we need to give assurance to not only our athletes but to our parents. How do you rebuild again the trust that
Mm.
they that we need for them to make sure nga kampante ra sila nga ang ilahang anak naa sa atoa
Mm.
in your end as a coach?
As I ano also, 'di ba number one is accountability jud. No, ara na dara tong transparency, accountability, and then the commitment of the coach sa welfare ng ating mga athletes. Accountability it means dapat if unsa man ang mahitabo dira kay athlete, ma'am sir, ako po ang ano, ako po unsa ba. Tapos at the same time transparent ta ma'am sir, mao ni mong activities or inan po dapat nato kay athletes, no? Siguro isa lang pud kaano is pag college kasi ang athletes minsan si athlete na mismo kay athlete na ta mismo nag-istorya no pag college ta, pero pag naata sa elementary high school kailangan na to og kailangan na to usahay og kanang letter agreement, no?
Parent
um
consent.
yeah, parent consent. Yun, coach should openly communicate with athletes and parents about what measures are being implemented to improve also the safety, and maybe state that what will they do to prevent the similar incidents, no? So pag nakiplano na buhaton ni activity, unsa ba to imuhang plan? State na nimo siya dito tanan, ignan nimo ang parents, no? Um, this also highlights that as coaches, together with our safety officer, together with our institution, we must review our training protocols, no? Conducting the risk assessments, emergency preparedness, and also let's encourage our athletes to speak up kung naaman sila dili maokehan or even physically or even emotionally, no? That's one thing na medyo pud lisod na i-bring out sa atong sa atong mga athletes, labi na pag mingon tag about emotion kasi di ba naingon na storya na to kagaina nga dili ko pwede maghila kay ani ana na ako sa basketball, but we need to encourage them to speak up, no? Dili man siya bastos na speak up, but at least they voice out, no? That's why I appreciate athletes na mingon ay sir kanang gini-encourage yun ako sila, for example na ako itulo na movement or unsa ba, ay sir kanang medyo lisod na siya yung ana sir, pwede ing ani na lang sir. So ako buhaton, sige daw patanaw daw paunsa nimo buhaton, paunsa ang approach. Pag sa tanaw nako, sige daw try daw na to incorporate. Pag okay di okay, ana lang, no? Kasi it's part of the process, not just you manggod na nagatudlo but them also learning from you, no? That's one thing. What else? Coaches must also consistent to show through their actions that athlete health and safety are valued above competitive or um, position in rankings. Na dapat kita jud as coaches gusto na tumadaog, but we also have to be mindful about unsa ang sa tan-aw kaya nila if mao to imuhang aura, no? You will not think about the health na lang ba sa imuhang athletes para lang madaog ka or maabot nimo na. So you have to be mindful of that also, or we have to be mindful of that also. So yun, again, transparency, accountability, and genuine commitment to athletes welfare. That maybe would help to gain the trust, no, of your athletes and also the parents.
I agree to that statement ni Coach Brel, no, na at the end of the day it's not more about winning but instead about of letting our students or athletes enjoy what they are then experiencing during the training, the development that they have, the social circles that they will be experience within their teammates. Somehow that motivation or intrinsic motivation that they will be experienced within the time that they are in your hands is somehow what best to consider aside sa winning kibali, no? So, muraog side reward na lang tingali ang winning or having that champion in your names. So, I do like that reflection. But as we wrap up our discussion, I'd like to hear one final reaction from each of our coaches, no? After everything that had happened, asa man ta padulong isip coach or teacher and mentors after hearing all those hesitations, after hearing those incidents, after having such difficulties in coping up, where are we going then through on this kind of situation? Let's start with Coach Libilin.
Para maiwasan po natin yung mga ganong mga as a coach po talaga, we really need to secure first the medical certificate of the students, kung kaya ba nila yung mga treatment natin. Number 2 is the parents' consent. Napaalam talaga natin sa mga parents na kung ano yung mangyayari sa anak nila. Wala tayong ano, at saka yung school. Para mas lalo tayo, mas coach. Pero natin ito, kung ano yung mga mangyayari. But meron na mga or disaster. So that's why, coach, kailangan natin talaga mag-secure ng parents' consent. At the same time, alam natin yung mga kaya lang ng ating mga atleta.
So for me, Sir Nald, no? Ako na po, Sir Nald. So for me, no, saan? Dinata. So, to wrap up everything na pag-usapan natin, no, sa mga narinig kay Sir Bral, kay Ma'am Rod. I think the important thing talaga yung tinatawag na communication. No, communication between sa school and of course sa pamilya, ng pamilya sa aton nga mga athlete, no. Importante gid siya especially sa may mga especially ni tambalan ko ano nga situation ang makatabo, no. So, para sa akon, it is really important to have a clear, of course, and honest communication to para ma-help nato no na ma-reduce yung mga misunderstandings at saka it will allows of course the family to receive the accurate information kung ano gid ng klaro gid ba, no, for Mr. Nal.
Okay, so for Mr. Nald, so in this kind of situation, overall, no, general, uh, this is a very talagang difficult, no, na para bang painful and difficult lesson to learn sa larangan ng sports, yung pangyayaring ito. Um, for me, siguro yung ano, yung the legacy of this one is safety protocols, no, to improve also the sports coaching, no, sports coaching. Then, una sa lahat talaga, we need to think the safety of our athlete, no. Yun yung para sa akin. So, yun for me.
Sa akin naman, sir, this reminds us na coaches and teachers that our responsibility extends beyond the not just developing the athletes or the athletic performance, but also be responsible or being responsible for protecting the health, safety, and overall well-being of our athletes that entrusted to us by the parents. And as coaches and educators, we should continually evaluate also our training methods, the risk assessment, and also prepare for emergencies like this. And maybe foster an environment where athletes feel comfortable voicing out, no, voicing their concerns and not feeling being judged about it. And yeah, I think that will be the my closing. Or let me add just placing athletes also welfare or placing athletes welfare at the center of coaching practice, um, we can build a safer sporting environment while continuing to help them become or to achieve their full potential. That's one thing.
In my end, no, let me give my insights. By the way, thank you. I gained so much on the experiences you have, the sharings that you have, coaches. But in my end, some point in this incident, when where everyone is somehow focused on the person who are lost, si Batribonia and Adeli. They are so focused on the family. But we tend to forget that we still have these remaining athletes on that time of incident who is also then having difficulty in processing their emotions or having difficulty on accepting what had happened. They are also somehow victim on the incident. At some point, and some in this incident, they are even being bashed because they didn't even do something out of the incident. But as we reflect on that, if we are on the position under on that time, we don't know what to do because it's more likely an accident. It's more likely a quick um, happenings. So we forgot to sympathize on the end of them. We forgot that these students are still young and need assistance. So at the end of the day, we need to really empathize and be compassionate on the moment. No, let's heal one another. As it state, and then more likely, we need somehow a big understanding, a big heart to really do process everything what had happened instead of makidala na lang dayon sa chika o chismis, without even considering all perspectives on the issue. So daghan kaayong salamat, coaches, for sharing your insights and experience with us. Today's discussion reminds us nga ang sports dili lang about medals, championships, or winning games. It's also about taking care of the people behind every athlete, their physical health, emotional well-being, and even their families. Hopefully, pinaagi ani nga conversation. Mas ma-realize nato tanan nga being as a coach is more than teaching skills. It is also about building trust, showing compassion, and creating a safe environment where every student athletes feel valued. And coaches, if you are then somehow having difficulty in processing your own emotions, please know that I am here. No, I see, I carry you. So again, thank you sa ato ang four coaches, Coach Leveline, Coach Bral, Coach Rodeline, Coach Christine. Thank you for giving us this time. Again, thank you usab sa tanan nga listeners sa among podcast. So this is Mr. Ronald V. Naelga. Amping kanunay and see you on our next episode. Dinilang sa Poka sa Sports. Bye!